our next agenda right about now. We'll be calling one of our very, very, very big speakers to talk about IT audit. She's a top-rated senior information security auditor. She's also the director of ISACA Board of Directors, and she's an IT auditor at KPMG East Africa. So she's also the host of Expert Corner podcast. Yeah, so she's going to be walking us through a very important topic that is getting started in IT audit. The last speaker I wanted to touch IT audit, but due to time, she was unable to, but since it's correlated with GRC, so it's a blessing that we have a speaker here that is going to be dwelling on that particular topic. Please make welcome Veronica Rose, please. A round of applause for Veronica Rose. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Veronica.
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, perfect. Thank you all, and thank you so much for hosting me. I would like you to be introducing me every day.
No problem.
I enjoyed that part. Yeah, so I'm glad to be here, and I think the previous speakers have really given a comprehensive overview of any type of career in this industry. And it is not so different from what I'm going to say. That's why I'll make this so brief. Yeah, so I've loved the introductory bit of it, so I'll not introduce myself again. So I'll just go straight to getting started into IT audit. So IT audit as a profession, same as cybersecurity, is not so different from any other profession. It is something you just choose to do. And as you put your mind to it, obviously, you will achieve what you want. So taking us back, what is audit? There are quite a number of definitions where you can define audit, what it means and what it entails. But audit, previously, it was more of an audition. It was more of listening to somebody explaining something. And we have quite different types of audits. We have so many audits, so I may not mention quite a number of them, but for the purpose of this session, I'll only talk about the IT audit bit of it. So what do IT auditors do? We do quite a number of things. And I think it's also safe to say that for you to join any profession, even if it's not IT audit, you must be self-aware. Find out what excites you. Who are you, first of all? Do you like audit? If you look at the domains in IT audit, do they excite you? Is it something you can do? Or you're just doing because everybody's going into IT audit or everybody's going into cybersecurity? I must applaud the previous speakers have really given an overview of what to look for, or what to look out to, even just doing research on a career before joining in. It is very important. So in this regard, I would say before you join IT audit, try to test yourself, do a self-awareness test and also test yourself. Is that something that really excites you? If it is not something that excites you, maybe you can look for something else, or maybe focus on a domain that is really key for you to succeed in IT audit. So I'll just give you a few tips on how to get started. Maybe in the next sessions, I may speak about the nitty-gritties of what we do in audit and things related to that. But what I would say is that try to be an active learner. Audit requires a lot of research, a lot of understanding the concepts. I'm glad one of the speakers mentioned something on understanding the basics of networking, understanding the basics of database management, systems administration, because when you have knowledge in those areas, it will be key for you when you're performing your audits. At least you'll have the knowledge on what you're going to do. Now, because in IS audit, we not only audit systems, we also audit processes, and we also audit people. So you must have at least an overview of or understanding of what the business requires, what am I going to do, which controls are applicable where. The previous speakers have also spoken about the frameworks, which framework is applicable to which industry, because you're not going to use the same frameworks almost in every industry. Or let me say you're auditing business continuity management, it will be different when you're auditing something related to apps controls. So even the frameworks that, even having the knowledge on the frameworks that you're going to use, it is also very important. So I'll also encourage you to network as much as you can, because when you meet people who are like-minded, they'll help you, expose you to concepts, methodologies that maybe you didn't know about, or even connect you to roles in IT audit. And also audit requires somebody who is humble. The IT audit profession, or let me just say the entire audit profession had already been, the perception was already bad, was already ruined. When somebody sees an auditor, they see you as something, you know, the police person, someone who has come to pin us down, someone who has come to show that we are not doing our job. So the fact that the perception from the audit clients is not so good, I encourage you, if you're joining IT audit, try to be humble. You don't want to come out as somebody who is bragging, I know so much. Try to be humble and learn as much as you can. Also, audit requires that when you're meeting process owners most of the time, you will find yourself in an environment. You have the knowledge, you have the tools to test, but you need an understanding of what that process owner does. So it's not that you're an expert in everything, but try to understand the people, speak to the people, interview them, speak to them, create rapport with them. That will help you excel in the IT audit profession. So research before you start on any audit engagement. Let research be your friend. Research as much as you can, understand the business. If maybe they have prior reports, read through, understand why this business is moving from this, because some businesses are embracing new technologies. Find out why are they doing so, what is the purpose, which these solutions, what are they bringing in? Is it efficiency? Is it just nice to have systems kind of thing? Try to research and understand what the business is all about, and knowing also their strategic plans. It's important because it will help you understand where to add value in their journey. And also, don't work in a vacuum if you're in IT audit. So I know as IT people, we are usually introverted, which is okay. It's not a crime, but try not to work in a vacuum. Ensure that anytime, if it's an engagement, collaborate with other people, ask questions as much as you can, because when you have a problem and you keep it to yourself, it's your problem. But when you have a problem and you share it out, it becomes a group's problem. So everybody will be, everybody will be interested in helping you solve it. So do not work in a vacuum. Always consult. Always ensure you reach out to other people for guidance. If you're in doubt, always still consult. Don't think that it's a new challenge to you, because sometimes what looks like a challenge to you, it's something somebody has gone through. So if you share, maybe it will be easier for you to go through that early enough or solve it early enough than when you kept quiet. So join audit communities. We have quite a number of audit communities where you can engage with like-minded people, IT auditors who share their experiences, knowledge, trainings, and all that. So look out for audit communities, engage with people, have an intention of networking with people to learn, not just networking to have somebody's phone number in your phone, like, oh, I have so-and-so's phone number. No, it is not just that. Have it, but be intentional while you're networking with some people. If it's learning, if it's switching a career, be intentional. And then seek out for internship roles in case maybe you're just from school, you don't have maybe the experience that is needed. Seek out internships opportunities and be open to learning, be open to be corrected, be open to, to be exposed to new knowledge, because nobody starts out as an expert. So when you're open to learning, it will be easier for you to even grow very fast. And then Yes, you'll not have experience, you'll not get the experience right on the go. You'll need to practice. You'll need to practice as much as you can. It's good. My previous presenters have also talked about having certifications. Yes, you need a certification, but if you don't practice, that certification is good as none. So the knowledge you have, ensure you use it. Ensure you implement it. Ensure that you're practicing what you have. That's why we gain credibility from. And also something that an audit profession requires mostly is having, let me just call it soft skills. And in there, it's first of all, is communication. You always have to be clear when you're reaching out to your client or to your fellow auditors. If you're not clear in communication, it's going to impact you so much because people will struggle so much to understand what you want. People will will struggle so hard to understand what you mean, and it will take a lot of time. Actually, you'll end up getting frustrated. So be clear in your communication. If you struggle with communication, it's not that everybody is a perfect communicator. Write down your points, your talking points, write them down, be specific, and then ask questions. Ask follow-up questions if you didn't understand, because nobody, you may not understand everything right on the go. Ask follow-up questions. I hope I got you well. Is this what you meant? Ask follow-up questions so that you are aligned with whoever you're communicating with. And also, you need to learn to design your career journey. I think this is best when you get mentorship early enough. But even then, you have to design your career journey. First of all, have a purpose. Why do you want to join IT audit in the first place? Secondly, how do I get in there? Which certifications may I take? Which courses may I take? Maybe which organizations should I work for? Will I just join an audit firm? Will I just join any company? Try to craft your career journey. And then read blogs, subscribe to content that is related to the career that you want to pursue. One of the panelists, the speakers mentioned something about the internet being flooded. The internet has a lot of information, but what do you want to achieve, you yourself? Try to understand, what do I want? This is what I want. If it's knowledge or content, subscribe to exactly that. And then a purpose to learn. One of the presenters has mentioned about not just, you can also read, even if you're not going to take the exam, but read with the mind of somebody who's going to take the exam, because it is exposing you to too much. And that exam pressure is also helping you learn a lot. So you have to be in a position where you're not viewed as somebody who is just policing people around. You have to be very understanding. That's why you need to be creating rapport with your audit clients. Understand the policies of an organization. That is also part of understanding the business, what it does and what they do, and also the policies that govern their processes. Have an understanding of that, and also develop skills related to report writing. It may not come just right away, but this is something you learn as you go. So our reports define us. When you go to audit, of course, we go through different phases of auditing. You'll do the planning phase, the field work, the reporting phase, even the follow-ups if you're an internal auditor, or external, later you come in to follow up on the maybe prior issues, but your report defines who you are. So ensure what you write. The report actually is the end product of any audit, but is that product worthy of sharing out? So that defines your credibility as an auditor. So pay attention to all the audit processes. Avoid shortcuts. Avoid shortcuts when you're doing your audits. Avoid anything that will compromise your integrity, anything that will compromise your independence as an auditor, everything that will bring in some little bit of bias, because we deal with different clients, different environments, diverse backgrounds. So you have to understand what do they believe in? Are you able to relate with them? It is also not bad to excuse yourself from an audit if maybe it conflicts with your independence. So that is part of being a credible auditor. And then try also to be kind to yourself. When you're joining a new profession, it's usually tricky because it's kind of switch. You're learning something new. You don't even know whether you're getting it right or not. But try to be kind to yourself because nobody starts out as an expert. Everybody starts from somewhere. So try to be kind to yourself. If you don't understand anything, ask. Ask maybe your senior manager or your any line of reporting line or the communities you may have you may be in the maybe audit communities. Try to ask, I'm going through this challenge with maybe this kind of client. How do I do this? And also another thing that is important is the confidentiality of the work we do. We review quite a number of sensitive information, sensitive things. So as an auditor, keep it in mind that we don't expect to see you posting what you saw at a client on your social media. No, please. Ensure you maintain confidentiality. Let only the people who are supposed to know, but you're not supposed to share confidential information out. In case you receive a phone call and someone is asking you about a client and maybe you're in a public place, you can hold on, you can call that person back later. You don't need to expose, you don't know who is next to you. So confidentiality is very key if you want to excel as an auditor. So be kind to yourself, be visible, have a well-documented revenue, oh my God, I'm thinking of revenue. Have a well-documented and polished resume if you're looking out for an audit job. If you're looking for an entry job, of course, we don't expect you to have a lot of experience. We understand your age, even the time you're applying for that, maybe you're even switching your career. So don't try, let me just say, try to be honest on your resume. Say the truth. Because at the end of the day, you may tell me you have 5 years experience, you come in, I give you an engagement to work on, and 5 years experience, I cannot, So just be honest on your resume, share only what you've been able to accomplish. It will help the hiring person to know maybe your skills gap and help you grow in your career. Then have an adventurous spirit. Audit is very dynamic. We are always learning something new. You're always exploring something new. So, and it's also very dynamic. Controls are changing. So ensure you have an open mind. Don't stick it to only what you learned last year that, oh, no, this is how we do it. No, things keep changing. So also have that adventurous spirit of understanding. And also, auditors are human beings. So bring in the sense of humor when you're doing your work. You don't have to be so serious, tough face, all the time scaring people. No, smile, crack a joke when you're with clients. It doesn't hurt, it's kind of creating rapport as well. So I'll not speak so much. There's a lot that you can do as an auditor, but try to ensure you work on your presentation skills because, like I mentioned, the report is our final product. So when you're doing that presentation, ensure that is your time to shine. That is your time to sell yourself. That's the time you show your value. That's the time you show your expertise. So when you're doing any presentation, ensure you're shining. Avoid using jargons when you're dealing with clients. What maybe let's say firewall, maybe somebody who is in a different career may not understand. So break it down. If it's a technical term in IT, break it down so that somebody is able to connect with you and understanding you in a layman's language. If at all you're speaking something and a child cannot understand you, don't speak to somebody else the same way. Just have in mind that whoever is next to you is a child so that you're able to break down concepts and they're able to pick up, they're able to understand you so that you move along together. Always be curious, check out patterns, have ethics, strive for excellency. strive to be on the top. Amore is advocating for people to be on the top. The bottom is too crowded. So don't just get an audit job today and sit there and like, oh my God, me, I have everything. No, strive to be, you can be a chief audit executive. You can be the chair to the audit committees. You can be, you know, strive to get higher, because audit exposes us to so many avenues of shining. So, and lastly, what I'd like to say, for you to gain credibility as an information systems auditor, I encourage you to take a CISA certification. CISA stands for Certified Information Systems Auditor. Once you have that certification, first of all, it's a ticket for you to go through any HR office. Secondly, the credibility that comes with it. Because before you earn the CISA certification, you'll need 5 years experience in audit or in IT. So by the time you're certified, it shows that you're credible. So get the CISA certification. Either you got it first or you went into the industry first. Get the certification to be on the safe side. So I'll end it here and pause here. And thank you for having me. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Veronica, for that insightful talk, man. I really do appreciate it, especially the part, the people skills, learn to smile. I must confess, you have a very wonderful smile, by the way. All right, so there's a question that has been on my own mind for quite some time. There's a myth. I want to see if you can, let's say, shed more light that IT auditors are the richest set of individuals in cybersecurity. How true is that?
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Wow. Did they just mention rich?
Yeah, rich. That's what I heard. So
Oh, yeah.
how true is
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So what I would say depends on the levels.
Okay.
Of course, if you're on an entry level, you may not get it 100%, or you may not get that pay that we think of. But what I have to tell you is that there's money in audit. First of all, there are few auditors in the market, IT auditors in the market. So everybody is trying to bring you in. Everybody is trying to bring you in. And if you have good negotiation skills, and you're adding value, why not? Why not be paid what you're worth for? So auditors are paid well, that's the truth.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I hope if you have any other questions, please kindly add that to the chat board so Veronica can help us answer them. But very, very insightful presentation. I was able to catch a few things where you talk about presentation skills, technical writing. Those are very key, integral parts of being a successful and a well-professional IT auditor. Thank you very much, Veronica, for that insightful. It's a pleasure to have you on the Cyber Career Fair 2.0. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers. All right.